Hi, I'm Harriet Kelsall, the Bespoke Jeweller, and I'm just going to show you today how to use silver dip when you're cleaning solid silver jewellery which has got really tarnished. It's very important not to use silver dip on anything other than solid silver, so if you think your jewellery might be plated, don't do it, because you will just take the plate off and reveal the unpleasant base metal, so don't do that. It's very important to only use silver dip with quite sturdy, solid, heavy jewellery. Don't use it with really flimsy pieces of silver, because it does eat away the very surface layer. I mean, we're talking microns, but still, just be careful if you've got anything really delicate. And also you can use this with things like silver chain and solid silver pieces, and you can use it with some very hard gemstones like diamond, sapphire, ruby, amethyst, garnet. Don't use it on, whatever you do, don't use it on pearls and anything that you're not sure of, because this silver dip is very corrosive and it will eat into some gemstones. So if I haven't said the gemstone, don't do it. In another clip you saw how I cleaned this chain, and I said, if things are very tarnished, you might need some silver dip. Now what I've got here is I've got some earrings that I match this chain. This is a tip, by the way. This is a good way to keep earrings in your jewelry box. You link one through the little butterfly of another, like that, to keep them together in your jewelry box, and that just keeps them safe. These are really tarnished. You can see the black tarnish on those. That's just cleaning alone with detergent isn't going to get that off. And these are some little amethyst studs. Again, I've just clipped them together through the squirrels. Very plain, but they were a bit tarnished. You can see the on the surface of the metal, it's just looking a bit yellowy and a bit dark in places. So it's not the bright silver finish we'd like. So when you're ready to go, you can get silver dip. You can get it. This one's from John Lewis. I like this one because it's in quite a handy pot. This has lasted me about 10 years, but I do think they still use it. They still sell it. And you can also get it. They Goddard's do a good one. You can buy large quantities. I think they sell it because some people have solid silver cutlery. I think some people still do have solid silver cutlery. I don't. But you can buy it online, or you can get it from hardware shops. So it's really smelly, just to warn you, and you don't want to get it on anything. If you get it on anything, clean it thoroughly, rinse it off straight away. So I've got some water ready here. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to show you the chain. This chain actually isn't very dirty. What's important is I've got a little bolt ring clasp here. Now you remember I said about not using it on delicate silver areas. Inside that is a tiny little solid silver spring, which is really fine and it won't like the silver dip. So I'm going to hold it by the clasp and I'm not going to get the clasp into the fluid. The rest of this chain is really sturdy solid silver. It's going to be fine. So I'm going to dip it into the fluid here. Like this. I'm dipping it right in there. I'm actually gonna slant it because my silver dip is running low, because I've had it for 10 years. And you can see I'm just holding the clasp out and everything else is in there. I'm only gonna keep it in there for a few seconds. I think that's probably enough time. And now I'm gonna pull it out. And I'm gonna put that chain straight into the water. I can drop that in now. So that I'm just going to leave there for a minute while I show you how to do the earrings. Now this particular one from John Lewis, one of the reasons I like it is it's got this kind of basket in there, and whilst earrings can fall through it, it's pretty good for most things. So I'm just going to drop those earrings into the basket, and I'm going to drop these into, hoping they don't go all the way through. If they do, you need to get in there with your tweezers. So you dip that in. Again, you only want to do it for a few seconds because it is removing that very top layer of silver. Sorry about that, I just had to cut the video because having said don't drop the earrings, they went straight through the basket and I've had to decant this into a jug, fish them out with tweezers very quickly, and put it back in here. So yeah, don't do that. But yeah, you want to basically not keep anything in here for longer than about 30 seconds, a minute maximum. These earrings have now had about 30, 40 seconds. So I think that's probably the best I can do. They're trying to get away. So then I'm just going to tip the basket up and pop them into the water. And these ones I've already rinsed when I took them out, but I'll pop those in the water as well, just so they're all in the same place. Right, so then after that, it's just a matter of washing the silver dip off thoroughly with the water. I'm just going to put them on the towel there so I don't drip all over my table. And then I'm going to use a soft brush, just like in the other clips I've been making. Use something like a paint brush, a makeup brush, possibly a baby's toothbrush, not an abrasive adult toothbrush. This is a really soft one I use for jewellery cleaning, which has got really soft nylon bristles, nothing tougher than that. And then you take that. Actually, do you know what? These are very robust. I'm going to use this baby's toothbrush here. Very soft one. It's a very soft nylon bristle, so it's not going to be too abrasive on the metal. I'm just going to get in there and get all of the muck out of those crevices. There we go. And oops, a bit caught up in the bristles. And then I'm just going to dip that into the water. Similarly with the chain, I'd actually already done this in another clip, but I'll show you. You just want to make sure you rinse all of that silver dip and wash it all off with the fluid, with the detergent. Similarly, these little amethyst studs, they're fine in the silver dip. I've washed many a piece of amethyst in silver dip without any problem. And then those can go in there. And then when those are rinsed thoroughly, out onto the towel. And then I'm going to use some kitchen towel to just blot these dry. I'm not scrubbing with it. I don't want to scratch the metal, just blotting them dry with it. There we go. Get all of the water off, and then with the chain, it's good to run it through between your finger and thumb just to dry it all thoroughly. And then I'm going to use a cloth which is impregnated with polish. It's actually best to use one that's impregnated with silver polish. Again, Goddard's do one, Town Talk do, and you can get them. I think I've seen them in Tesco's, but you can also get them online or in a hardware shop. And then I'm going to use this silver polishing cloth, and I'm just rubbing away at the tougher areas here. Like the piece of actual chain is quite thick. So I'm just rubbing away all of that tarnish that I can get to here. And what's great is the silver dip has gone in between those places that I can't reach with this silver cloth. And so that's really got in there. The only reason to use it is when you do that. I mean, I wouldn't overuse silver dip. Only use it when things are really tarnished and you've tried washing it with just detergent and that's just not enough. So I'm just swapping over. I'm going to do the other earring. Oh, these have come up so much better. I'd stopped wearing these because I just thought, I'm a jeweller, I can't wear tarnished earrings. So it's quite good to have this opportunity to clean them. And then with the studs, you can just rub them onto the cloth like that. So those look way better. And similarly with the studs, I'm just gonna rub them all over. I've still got them linked together. I mean, you can obviously undo them and do them one at a time more thoroughly if you've got a bit more time than I have now. And then with the chain, just like before, run it through the cloth between your finger and thumb. I'm not holding very hard. I don't want to damage the chain. I'm just running it through so that the polish comes onto the cloth, and you can see on the cloth where the polish has sort of been used and has actually polished up that silver really nicely. Now I would probably, if I wasn't being filmed now, I'd like to spend a little bit longer. I might even silver dip them again for 20 seconds, but they are an awful lot better than they were, and that's how to use it.